Hello guys, welcome back. In this video, what we gonna see and learn? In this video, let us see and learn one more interesting real-time hands-on lab. So here you can see I have one auto scaling group and a public subnet and a EC2 instance. Of course, this EC2 instance is nothing but my server. So at initial days, what I have did is, so I just created a server. I just created a server in my public subnet and I provided this server IP address to my client where he is accepting my server and he can able to access my content and he can able to fulfill his needs. Now his requirement will be reached a bit more. That is, sometimes the server is crashes. So I need to deploy one more server, right? Yeah. So to make the process automatic, I'm using here an auto scaling group. Inside this auto scaling group, I've already provided the template in order to create this server. I provided the configuration for this auto scaling group with minimum as 1 and desired as 1, but maximum is 2. Like that, I provided the configurations in this auto scaling group. Now, my requirement is currently do this server is in public subnet or private subnet? It is in public subnet. And one more thing here is who can able to access this? Since this is in a public subnet, everyone can able to access this server. Now, I have a need that if some somehow if somehow due to some natural disasters or some traffic issues, let's say the whole region where the subnet is present, that whole region got failed. Of course, it won't happen in real time, but for our case, for disaster recovery. So let's say if any disaster happens in the region where the subnet is available, then of course all the servers which are present in that region will be goes down, right? Yeah. So even though our subnet is present in that region and our auto scaling group is automatically creating the servers, our servers won't be available for certain duration, right? If there is a disaster happened in that region, yeah. So for that scenario, I need to create my server in multiple regions, right? Yeah, I want to create my server in multiple regions. And one more thing, I don't want to provide this server to public. Since if I create my server in multiple regions, do I have multiple IP addresses? Yes. So let's say I've created one server in this subnet and one server in this subnet. These two are in different availability zones. Now, can you tell me they both are having same IP? No, they both are having different IPs. Now, how can I provide a common IP to users? That is a single IP to users in order to provide the request among these servers. So for that, I'm using this Elastic Load Balancer. This will distribute the traffic among these two servers. And I'm giving this Elastic Load Balancer related IP address to my clients. They can able to access my websites. And even in order to secure my web servers, what I'm doing, I'm putting my servers in private subnet. Previously, my server is in public subnet, but now due to my requirement of high availability, since if I host my server in single availability zone, due to some disaster, if it goes down, then I need to provide or I have a responsibility to provide high availability. So in order to provide my server high availability, I'm creating my servers in two availability zones. And in order to route the traffic between these two servers, I'm using a Elastic Load Balancer. Then I'm providing this Elastic Load Balancer related DNS to my clients, where through the DNS they can able to access these two servers. And one more thing, here we have an option to secure our servers. That is, we can put these subnets, we can put these two EC2 instances in a private subnet so that they are secured. That is, through any public IPv4 address, they are not accessible. And if something happened or some instance got failed, obviously this auto scaling group will increase the number of instances, right? Yeah. So it will check the health and it will increase the number of instances. Now in this lab, we're gonna do this. We already have this, that is this architecture. Now I want to convert my architecture into this format. So for that, I'm just opening my lab. Now I'll log in into my AWS management console. So first I want to show you the infrastructure, that is my EC2 as well as that auto scaling group. So that's why I'm opening a EC2 service. Here you can see I'm opening the instances. So under this, it will show you the available EC2 instances. You can even observe whether that is present in public subnet or private subnet by selecting it. If you clearly observe, then this will be present under this subnet. That is nothing but the public subnet. Yeah, you can see, you can observe this is the public subnet name that I have provided. Now I'm just expecting to connect to this. Since this is present under public subnet, it also have public IPv4 address. Now I'm just expecting to load this in a new page to see whether do I get any website or not. Now actually it is loading. I'm providing some HTTP. I'm changing that HTTPS to HTTP and just clicking on enter. You can see I'm getting the website, right? Yeah. So from this, I can able to say that this EC2 instance have, or you can say this EC2 instance or this server acts as a host server. This instance, this EC2 acts as a host instance or host server, because whenever I open it's a public IP address, I'm getting some website. Now currently it is in public, where is it? Yeah. So currently it is in public subnet. Even though if you delete it, then also it will create one more instance, because you can observe here I'm opening the auto scaling group. So there I've provided the EC2 instance and I provided the, you can see the desired capacity is 1, minimum and maximum also 1. And I provided the instance as well. So that's why based on this auto scaling group rule, that instances will be managed. Now I'm opening it. Now what is my requirement? I want to create multiple EC2 instances, right? Yeah. In multiple availability zones also, right? Yeah. So let's first do that. So before doing that, first I want to delete this and show you whether another instance is creating or not. So that's why I'm opening this and you can see I'm terminating this instance. You can see successfully terminated. Yeah, it is shutting down. So currently only one. After a minute, after your auto scaling group monitors this, so then it will create you the one more instance. You can see one more instance is you can see it is running. You can see the status X is not even finished. It is initiating the status X. You can observe those activities under your auto scaling group. So that's why I'm opening this auto scaling group. Under this, you have activities tab. So under this, you can able to monitor those things. You can see this instance is previously launched. Now, since that is terminated, it is launched one more EC2 instance. So that's what happened. So from this, can I say this auto scaling group is also working? Yeah. So now what I want in my architecture, I want to launch more than, that is, I want to launch my server in different availability zones. And then I want to distribute my traffic to them through my load balancer, right? Yeah. So in order to do that, so I'm directly creating a load balancer under this auto scaling group. Under this auto scaling group, I'm creating a load balancer. If you see, I opened the already available auto scaling group and I'm searching for the option of load balancer. You can see under load balancing for this auto scaling group, there is a nothing target group. Now I want to edit this. I want to create one auto scaling group under this. So that's why I'm clicking on add new load balancer. Then which type of load balancer you want? I want application type. And you also need to specify one more thing, that is this load balancer is which type of facing, that is internal or internet facing. Since we are using it for accessing our website, I need this load balancer to be internet facing. So that's why I'm selecting this. And since I want to create my servers in multiple availability zones, this load balancer need to access those subnets as well. So that's why I am providing these two subnets access as well. Currently, I am providing a public subnets. After creating public subnets, I'll show you how to modify that to private subnets. Okay. Yeah. So I'm choosing with create target group so that it will create a target group with the available EC2 instance. Then I'm just clicking on update so that within a few seconds, your load balancer will be updated here. You can even check that load balancer in this load balancers tab. I'm opening this in one more new tab. There you can able to identify your load balancer. You can see it is a provisioning, or you can say creating. This is the DNS name of that load balancer just now creating. So from where we created that load balancer? From this auto scaling group, right? Yeah. For this, we have even provided a target group. So let's open our load balancer. So this is our load balancer currently provisioning. I'm just reloading this. Now, in order to access your load balancer, you must need to use your DNS name, right? You copy from here, or you can open your load balancer and you can copy that load balancer related DNS from here. I just copied this load balancer DNS and I'm reloading this page again and again. So whenever it got a provisioned, so then we can able to utilize this DNS in order to access our website. Even you can perform health checks in this as well. Even you can perform health checks in this as well. You can see under monitoring, it will show you the monitoring matrices. Directly from your auto scaling group, if you see you have monitoring option also there, in instances refresh option, you can observe health checks option is also there. Now I want to check whether this load balancer can able to access my website or not. So for that, so let's wait for a minute so that this got provisioned. And if you want to check the health of your EC2 instances, that you can able to check from your target group. So this is automatically created for us. I'm just opening the target group. You can see this is the target group. And in this, I have only one target, currently 0 or healthy. I think yeah, it is initializing. Yeah, you can see currently it is healthy. You can even perform health checks from your target group. You can see this is the target group, right? Directly from here, you can able to perform your health checks as well by mentioning the path here. Now, first I want to open my load balancer. This target group is provisioned. So let's refresh it and check whether this load balancer is provisioned. Yeah, you can see the status is active. Now I copied this DNS and I'm opening a new tab and I pasted the address and I just clicked on enter. So let's see. I'm providing HTTP. Yeah, even I haven't provided that. You can see we got the website, right? Yeah. So from that load balancer related DNS, by using this load balancer DNS, we can able to access our website, right? Yeah. So now I want to provide high availability. So in order to provide high availability, what I'm expecting, I want to modify my auto scaling group. That is, I want 2 servers, right? Yeah, I want 2 servers, minimum of two servers and desired of two servers. So for that, I am just modifying, I just opening my auto scaling group and editing that with the required capacity, that is a 2, and minimum capacity 2, and maximum I can put it as 4, and I'm just updating it. So whenever it got updated, you can check with the activity. It will create you one more EC2 instance. Previously, we have only one EC2 instance, right? Yes. So now, so whenever this got provision, it will create you two running EC2 instances. Yeah, you can see 3. So these two are running. This is terminated. This is the one which was previously terminated by us. You can open your auto scaling group and there you can see the activities by just refreshing the page. You can even observe the instance management from this. You can see, yeah. So here successfully provisioned one more EC2 instance based on our requirement. Now I want to show you the instance management. Under this, you have the whatever the instances that you created and managed, those visible here. Even though if you terminate one, obviously one more EC2 instance will be created. You can see I am just, yeah, it is initializing currently. Since I have my auto scaling group. So let's see in which subnet these are. So this is just initializing. You can see it is present under public subnet 1. So let's see this EC2 instance where it is provisioned. So this is also present under public subnet 1. So where this already deleted, yeah, for deleted, it won't be show you where it will be created. Now, what I want high availability, right? Yeah. Now, so before providing high availability, let's secure our website. That is, if you can see, I'm just copying this IP address and pasting it in a new tab so that everyone who can have this EC2 instance related IP address, they can able to access my website. I want to block this. So whoever accessing my website through my load balancer, only they can able to access it. Other persons who are accessing through my IP addresses, they are unable to access it. So like that, I want to design this. So like that, I want to change this. So how to change it? So for that, you just need to create security groups. Now you can see I'm just creating a security group for my load balancer. This is for my load balancer. Where this load balancer, what it will do, it will accept the traffic coming from all sources. It will need to accept the traffic coming from all sources. So you need to provide where your load balancer in that same VPC, you need to create this traffic, that is security group. And what I'm expecting, I want to allow all the traffic coming from internet. So security group, here we can able to provide inbound and outbound traffic. Now I want to open my route table. Actually, in the route table itself, we can able to create the routes. That is, we need to allow the traffic coming from internet, right? Yeah. So that we can able to allow from route table. In this security group, actually I'm creating for my load balancer. So first, what I want to do, I want to allow all the traffic coming from internet, right? Yeah. So that I'm creating in inbound rules. You can see anywhere from IPv4 address, that is coming from anywhere from IPv4 address that I'm allowing. So which type of request I'm allowing? I'm allowing HTTP type requests. All HTTP type requests that are coming from internet through anywhere, I'm just allowing that to this security group. I'm just creating the security group. you need to provide some description. So in order to allow traffic to access, in order to allow internet traffic to access what? My load balancer, or you can say website through load balancer. So first actually the request came to this load balancer. From this load balancer, we'll send that traffic to our web server. Now I'm just creating the security group. So this is a security group related to my load balancer. This is just accepting the requests which are coming from internet through HTTP request only. Now I'm just creating one more security group. Yeah, I think I don't need to create one more security group because my web server security group is already there. I'm just opening the inbound rules and I'll modify this based on my requirement. So here, so this web server related security group, what this web server security group will allow? It will need to allow the traffic which is coming only from my load balancer security group. So that's why I'm modifying my source. That is this. You can see the load balancer. From this load balancer related security group, I'm just deleted the available rule and I'm creating one more rule. So from this load balancer security group, whatever the traffic coming through HTTP request, I want to allow that only. So that's why I'm saving this. Now you can observe this already attached to my EC2 instances. So whatever the EC2 instance that is provisioning, for those EC2 instances, if you open the security, this will be automatically attached. You can see under security groups, yeah, that will be attached automatically. Since I provided this configuration in my template, AutoScaling group related template, so that's why it is adding automatically, and this servers allow traffic only coming from my load balancer right now, since we provided rule like that, right? Yeah. Now what I want to attach that load balancer security group also to my load balancer, right? Yeah. So I'm opening the load balancer and I'm selecting the available load balancer and I'm attaching that to this. So I'm selecting security group and I'm editing it and I'm providing the load balancer related. You can see this is the load balancer related security group. I'm just removing the previous security group that is attached to it and I provided the load balancer security group that we just created. Okay. So now you can try. Now let's see. Yeah, I'm opening the instances. I just opened this instance and I copied this public IP. I'm just opening this in one more new tab with HTTP request only. Now you can observe we won't get the response because we haven't allowed the traffic coming from internet to this server. We just allowed the traffic coming from load balancer to this server. So that's why we won't get the response here since we are requesting directly our server, right? You can see the site can't be reached. Now I'm just closing it. Now I want to open my load balancer. So where is it? Yeah, this. I want to open the DNS of this load balancer in one more new tab. You can see this is the DNS. I just opened it in one more new tab. So let's see. Yeah, you can see we can able to access our website because so whenever the requests are coming from internet to that load balancer is accepting because we provided security group for that in order to accept the requests that are coming from HTTP to that load balancer. Then from load balancer, our request will be reached to or sent to our web servers, right? Yeah. Now we successfully restricted the traffic coming directly to our servers. Our traffic will be sent only to our application load balancer. Through that only we are getting the request to our servers. Now I'm expecting to check the health of my servers. So for that, I'm just opened the DNS, or you can say load balancer related IP address or load balancer related DNS, and I'm providing /health. You can observe whatever the thing that I typed, that is visible here, /health. And I'm just clicking on enter. There you can able to observe the health of your servers. You can see it is healthy. This server is healthy. Now I'm just reloading. Currently I have 2 servers. Let's reload and check whether we get, you can see we get the response from another server as well. So that's why the another server related instance ID is healthy. So like that I'm getting the response, right? Yeah. So if you want to provide this monitoring at a target group level, then you can able to do that by just opening that target group that you have. I'm just opening my available target groups. And so at there, in my target group level, I want to provide the path for my health checks. So that's why I'm opening this and I'm editing this. And here I'm providing health as a path. And in the advanced settings, you can able to provide. So at what threshold? So how many unhealthy threshold, that is number of consecutive healthy checks failures before target is unhealthy. So how many checks that you can make in order to consider a particular instance is unhealthy. So currently 2 is enough for me. And the timeout will be 2. Yeah, 2 is enough for me. And for every 5 seconds, I want to do this to make it fast. And or else for every 5 seconds I want to make it so that it will be fast. And success code is 200. I'm just saving these changes. You can see those health check changes will be saved right now, right? Yeah. Through this, our health checks also happen perfectly. Now we have even checked the health of our servers, right? Whether they are healthy or not. And we even checking with that with our target group path, right? Yeah. So now what I want. So I have checked the health status and even I want to provide now the high availability. So if you check your instances, currently they are present in same subnet. You can see, so this is the subnet, public subnet one of this. So where this server is present, this is present under my public subnet one. And let's see this, where this is present. This is also present in my public subnet one. If the region where this public subnet one is present, if that fails, obviously these 2 servers will fail and I cannot able to provide, or my servers are becomes unavailable. Now I want to modify that to provide high availability, and I want to make these servers to create in a different availability zone. So how can we able to do that? So simple, very simple. You just modify your auto scaling group. I just opened my auto scaling group. So this is the auto scaling group which I have created for us. And now I'm just changing this. You can see here we have launch configurations available and networking. You can see. So currently in single availability zone, we are putting these all servers. I want to edit this to put our servers in another availability zone. That too, do I want any public or private? I want to put my web servers in private subnet. So that's why I removed the available public subnet and I provided this private subnet as the name. And I'm just updating this. So let's move back to our instances and let's reload this. Yeah, currently I want to delete these because these 2 present in a outside, right? Yeah. So that's why I'm terminating this. As well as one more thing is also there. One more server is also there. So that's why I want to terminate that as well. That is this. Yeah. So currently two are terminating. So these two are also shutdowning. So let's wait for a moment so that new servers will be created by that auto scaling group. And let's check whether those two created under our private subnet one or not. So then after we'll add one more availability zone so that another server that is going to create that will create under our another availability zone. Yeah, now you can see instances are 4. So one is pending. Yeah, you can see one is running. So let's wait for a moment so that another server also create and that also reaches to running state. So let's move on to our website and let's check do I can able to access our website or not. I'm just reloading this page. So bad gateway, I think, yeah, you can see currently that is updated, right? Yeah. So now I'm just moving back to my auto scaling group. So let's reload here to see whether do we get the another instance or not. Now you can able to check where this instance is created. So you can check that this instance is created under private subnet 1, right? Yeah. So where it is created? Under private subnet 1, this instance is created. Now I want to create another instance, or you can say that auto scaling group need to create another EC2 instance in another subnet, or you can say, yeah, another subnet. So that you can able to do by changing the configuration of your auto scaling group. Here you can see. So here you can also see the instances management to see how many instances are there. Currently two are healthy, right? Currently two are healthy. So one is unhealthy, but two are healthy. Now let's create, or you can say let's do that thing. That is a, yeah, you can see 5 instances are there. Among them, 2 are running. So one is this, and one is this. So this we have seen already. Yeah, this we have already seen. This we have already seen. So where it is present in my private subnet one. So let's see the another one. That is this. So where it is created. It is also created in my private subnet one. Now to provide a high availability, what I want to create in different private subnets, right? Yeah. So that's why I want to open my auto scaling group. And under the details, you have an option related to networking. And here I'm editing. And I'm adding one more private subnet. That is this. Private subnet 2. Let's add private subnet 2. Now I'm just clicking on update. Now, so let's delete the available instance and let's check whether another instance will be created under new subnet or not. So now I'm just removing this. So I'm just terminating this available one. Now you can see successfully initiated for termination deletion. So this is shutting down. So let's wait for a moment so that one more EC2 instance will create here. So you can see one more EC2 instance is running. Now let us check with, so let us see only running EC2 instances so that 2 will display here. Under all types, all states, I'm just provided a running. Here you can see 3 instances are running. So that's why those 3 are visible here. Now I'm just opening the available servers. Currently it is present in private subnet 1. And this is present under private subnet 1, and let's see this. Yeah, subnet, it is loading. I think it's, yeah, you can see under private subnet 2, it is created. So let's make more highly availability. In two regions or in two availability zones I have created already. I want to remove this. I'm terminating one EC2 instance, right? Yeah. So currently it is initializing. So let's terminate this too. This as well. These two as well. So let's terminate all the EC2 instances so that we'll get the instances only the two in two availability zones that we provided. So currently all these three are terminating. You can see these three are terminating. Now currently we do not have any instances. Let's see how many instances that we get. So just a minute, so that these instances will be created by that auto scaling group whenever it will check the health of our EC2 instances. Now you can see one EC2 instance is created by that auto scaling group automatically, and you can check with the subnet. Yeah, let's reload it. You can see under private subnet 1, this is created. Now let's wait for a minute so that another EC2 instance also create. Now you can see another EC2 instance also creating. So yeah, so let's see with both EC2 instances related subnet IDs. So one need to be created in, yeah, you can see one is created in private subnet 2, and you can even see one is created in private subnet 1. So our servers are created in different availability zones. So from that we can able to say our architecture is highly available. To make our architecture super highly available, let's create these servers in 3 availability zones by using our auto scaling group. So for that, first I want to allow to create in third availability zone in my network. So I'm opening my auto scaling group. Here I'm adding the third availability zone as well. That is this private subnet. And I'm just updating it. And then I want to modify this. That is a desired I want 3 and minimum I want 3. I want to have minimum 3 servers and 3 will be desired. So maximum also let's take a 3 and let's update it. Now you can see I want 3 servers max. So let's open our instances and let's reload it so that one more EC2 instance will be created in the another availability zone. That is private subnet 3. Now you can see one more EC2 instance is created. So I don't know which EC2 instance is a new one. So that's why let's open both. You can see the security group. You can see the networking. You can see, yeah, this is related to private subnet 2. So let's see this since this is initiating. This server is related to, yeah, you can see private subnet 3. So we have our servers. So one is created at private subnet 1 and one is created at private subnet 2, and one more server that is created at private subnet 3. So who did this creation? This auto scaling group automatically did this creation. Okay, how can we able to access these servers? Through the load balancer that we previously created from our auto scaling group. Here you can see we created a load balancer from here. Now I'm just opening that load balancer. I'm just refreshing to see all the 3 servers related health. You can see all the 3 servers are rotating. my request is rotated among all the three servers and they are healthy. So that's why I'm getting the response as healthy, right? Yeah. So I'm just removing the health and loading this. You can say I get the response of my website. So like this, in real time, you can able to create your auto scaling group with a load balancer of having servers which are present in multiple available and make your architecture to be highly available and a highly secure web server. Previously, starting we have our server in public subnet and a auto scaling group is there. Now to provide a high availability and high security. So first to provide high availability, we created multiple servers and or you can say this auto scaling group is actually creating multiple servers. And for high availability, we choose this auto scaling group to create the networks under multiple availability zones. Then we also created one elastic load balancer to provide a common IP address to my customers, where this load balancer will get the request from customers and distribute the request to all my servers which are present in it. In the load balancer related target group, and we even provided these two servers in private subnet and we even configured a security group to this load balancer as well as these two servers, where these servers are accepting only the request coming from our load balancer and this load balancer is accepting the request coming from internet. So like that, in this video we have implemented this highly available, highly secure web servers architecture. In real time, you can use it for your requirement. I hope this video is useful to you to implement in real time. I think you got some hands-on knowledge regarding creating highly available and highly secure web servers in real time. If you feel this video is useful, then please like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to get the latest updates. Thanks for watching again. See you back in the next video with another interesting topic. Until then, bye bye, guys.